The New York Knickerbockers. I had to kick it old school because that's how long it's been since the New York Knicks have made the Eastern Conference Finals. 25 years. You know what was popping in the year 2000? Hold up, I got a list. Juvenile was singing, "Girl, you're working with some ass here. You bad, yeah."
Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000s.
In the year 2000, the Knicks starting lineup looked like Patrick Ewing, Charlie Ward, Latrell, Choke Out Your Coach, Sprewell, Grandmama, Larry Johnson. Remember him? He had some fly kicks back in the day. The Pretty Boy, Allen Houston. And of course, honorable mention, Raptors veteran Marcus Camby. The Toronto Raptors were 5 years old. And you know what's crazy? Is that back in 2000, Tom Thibodeau was an assistant coach. So that's pretty cool to see that he was there the last time they were in the Eastern Conference Finals 25 years ago. And now he's the head coach going into the Eastern Conference Finals again. I mean, no franchise wants to have that long of a drought. But I mean, it's just kind of cool to see that at least, right? And you had Rick Brunson. That's right. Jalen Brunson's dad was on the squad when the Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals. Jalen Brunson was 4 years old. That's how long it's been. So please, if tomorrow when you see your friends from New York and they're going a little bit crazy, just give them a pass. It's been a long time. They deserve it. The Boston Celtics of 2025 went out super sad. They looked fraudulent from the beginning of this series, and especially the way it ended. I mean, Jaylen Brown came out aggressive with 13 points in the first quarter. Unfortunately, nobody else on his team came to play. And then on the other side of the court, we had Karl-Anthony Towns, who had about 11 points and 4 rebounds in the first quarter. He came to play. He used his size the entire game. If you look at his shot chart, it's obvious. I mean, Cat shot 8 for 20, which is not a great percentage, but neither team shot well in this game. However, the team that had a plan B and actually went with the plan B is the team that won the game. Karl-Anthony Towns hit 1 3-pointer for the game, and if you can see on the shot chart, everything is in the paint. Either dunks, either and ones, layups, or he got to the free throw line. And that's where the game was won. Not to mention the boards. The boards show you how much more aggressive the Knicks were. They were willing to do the dirty work. And I mean, that has been their identity for the entire season. Tom Thibodeau, he likes to have teams that play hard. They're gritty, they're grimy. And these Knicks are that. You know what I mean? Like, they crushed the Celtics on the boards. I mean, 36 rebounds for the Boston Celtics and 55 rebounds for the Knicks. There's no way on earth you can have a rebound difference like that and end up winning a game. It's not going to happen. And of course, like I said before, no team shot well. I mean, the Knicks did shoot better than the Celtics, but it wasn't that much better. When it comes to overall field goal percentage, it was 36-46. But then when it comes to threes, it was 29-34 in favor of the Knicks. Again, the Celtics died by the three, and they've been dying by the three all series long. What more can you say? Too little, too late. They failed to make the adjustment. And I know it's hard when you've won a championship with this playing style, and then you got through the entire regular season with no real issues with this exact same playing style. You almost sweep the first round with this playing style. And then in the second round, when you're up against adversity and you cough up 2 20-point leads in a row, it's really hard to be like, okay, you know what? I need to change my entire approach. So I understand why they died that way. But damn, the way they got destroyed, decapitated. They looked malnourished out there. And let's face it, the only Deuce we acknowledge is Deuce McBride. Deuce! I mean, my heart goes out to Jason Tatum. I hope he's able to recover because he was having an incredible game. And he's an incredible player, just entering his prime. So I really hope he's able to come back. But since he wasn't in this game, I mean, Deuce McBride, Miles McBride, he came to play. Finished with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 major block. I know y'all remember that. He came to play off the bench, and that's the difference between the two teams. I mean, everybody on the Knicks produced. Josh Hart had a triple-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. OG Anunoby, former Raptor. I love to see you thriving, my guy. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Talking about covering the entire stat sheet, but we know, if you're a Raptors fan, we know OG does this. That's what he does. Karl Anthony Towns, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And of course, he was shooting terrible from 3, 1 of 6, but he decided to go into the paint and he carved them up. Huge difference maker. Huge difference maker today. Mikal Bridges, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Jalen Brunson, 23, 6, 6. He didn't have to go crazy. He shot an efficient 57%, 8 of 14, 3 of 8 from 3, 37%. But he didn't have to go crazy because this was a well-rounded team effort. The 3 isn't falling. We get into the paint. We crush them. We use Karl Anthony Towns. Use your big body. Use your big frame. Use that muscle. There was a couple times that Towns just flexed on him. And it was early in the game too, which is kind of scary to do. You know what I mean? Because you just got blown out by 20 the game before, but it didn't matter. It's like they knew that they had that energy. They had that juice. They felt it in their veins. Man, this was hard to watch after the third quarter. Then to add insult to injury, Jaylen Brown fouls out, gets his 5th foul close to the end of the third quarter. I mean, they were down like 30 by then, so it pretty much was over, but even still, like any little chance that they might have had went out the window. When it rains, it pours. Like if you look at the stat sheet for the Boston Celtics, I mean, Jaylen Brown with 20 points, Al Horford 10 points, Peyton Pritchard 11 points, but that's pretty much it. Everybody else is in single digits. Derek White, you know how much you rely on him, and he's usually so efficient, but tonight he didn't have it. 3 of 11, 27%. Drew Holiday, 1 of 8, 12%. They just didn't come to play tonight. What more can you say? And Mitchell Robinson. This guy's a defensive stud. Talk about a guy who's 7 feet tall, can move his feet. I remember one possession when he was on Peyton Pritchard, who's like 6 feet, maybe even a little less than that. And he was staying with him the whole time. He gave a stupid foul at the end to bail out Pritchard, but he was with him the whole time. And then there was another play where he had Jaylen Brown on the baseline. He closed out on him, had him suffocated, couldn't move at all, and then he took the ball from him, just stole it with one hand. Oh my God, Mitchell Robinson, I was so impressed with you today. If this guy can just stop giving out stupid fouls and somehow work on his free throw between now and the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe not now, but for next season, like this guy could be a menace. He's so talented, and the way he can move his feet for somebody that size, it's incredible. And Derek Wright in the second half, the third quarter, he dropped a couple threes, and it was like, oh, are the Celtics going to come back? But no, not really. Not really. The Knicks basically extinguished that fire real quick. And yeah, I mean, this feels like the end of an era because the teams that were shooting the 3 ball at the highest clip are nowhere to be found right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost in 5 to the Pacers. Didn't expect that. The Celtics out in 6 to the Knicks. Did not expect that. I mean, the teams that only rely on the 3-pointer, and that's their bread and butter, they use the analytics, they're gone. The only teams that are remaining are the teams that, yeah, they can shoot threes when they want to, but they have a nice interior mid-range game, and they also have double bigs. 2 bigs that can score, that have strength, and can get in the mud, get it out the mud, fight for every point, and fight on defense. Those are the teams that are still remaining, the guys that can really get gritty. And I love to see it because I think it represents a new era in the NBA. It's kind of like fashion, fashion, like something goes out of style, like mullets go out of style and then they come back. I hope to God mullets never come back. But you know what I mean? Like things go out of style and then they come back. And I feel like that's what happened. This whole 3-point analytic thing, it won for a bit. It could still win at times. But now we're starting to see the double bigs coming back into the league. We're starting to see more of the mid-range teams come back into the league, and the more mid-range teams and the guys with the bigs on their sides, with the size on their side, they're the ones that are winning more games in the playoffs. They're the ones that are going further in the playoffs. So I think all the teams that are remaining right now, whether it's the Timberwolves, whether it's Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, or of course the New York Knicks, they're not just throwing up threes and hoping for the analytics. If we get 63s up in the game, we're going to beat you because the numbers say that. At some point, that era has to die out and the new guys have to come in. This is just life. So enjoy the game and enjoy the ride while you're here. But huge shout out to the Knicks on this. Super impressed with that performance. A way to close out a team. And of course, Tatum was injured, and it's a shame that we couldn't see this series end with the Boston Celtics at full strength, because I hate seeing, there's always going to be an asterisk beside these things, because it's always going to be, oh, well, if we had Tatum, well, if we had this, no. Like I can hear Denver Nuggets fans, if they lose Game 7 on Sunday, it'll be, oh, well, we don't have Aaron Gordon, so, everyone's going to use an excuse, but at the end of the day, you have to play who's in front of you. And in every series, I'm pretty sure since the beginning of time, there's always been like an injury or somebody hurt or somebody not 100%, and you just got to play because it's the playoffs. It's the end of the year. So this is just part of the game. Anyway, shout out to the Knicks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You think the Knicks are going to have a good chance against the Indiana Pacers? I personally think I will take the Knicks, probably Knicks in 6 again. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.